Welcome back to some StarCraft 2. It's another one of those round 16 qualifiers, so this is a best of one. And here we have Wyrm as the blue Protoss once again, and as their opponent this time we have Sayoria as the pink Terran. I'm a big fan of this shade of pink. You know, it's a nice shade of pink. It's kind of funky, but still muted, and you know, not too much. I like it. Anywho, very straight up build for the Protoss here. Disturbing lack of SCV production for the Terran, but it is back on track now. I'm not sure what the delay was about. That seemed a little... Also, that doesn't look like a wall to me. So, you know, you're gonna have to put another thing there, which... a bit questionable. Thanks on the gateway for the Protoss. This probe is carrying some minerals. Please take those home. Please? Yeah, okay, thank you. Anyway, I imagine we're going to see the barracks come down very, very shortly. No? Okay, here comes the barracks. I don't know why you didn't just build it with this SCV. Look, you had to push this one out the way. Like, what was that about? You know? So this probe going out, going to get a good look around. Looks as though the probe's going to go right into the main, just to have a look. This SCV also looking like it's going to do some scouting action. Sorry, that's the wrong key. Let's see if we can, you know, get a little bit of a follow on this guy, see where he's going. Presumably to the enemy base, much like this probe. This probe gonna go will be spotted by this SCV, who is starting a low ground supply depot, which again currently not contributing to any kind of wall. Oh, look at this, look though. This is a proxy Rex. Now, I've got to say, I have on two minds of this. Okay, so these 4 SCVs pulled for one probe. You don't do this. That is a lot of mining time lost. So there are now 5 SCVs chasing one probe. 6 SCVs chasing one probe. Don't do this. You don't need 6 SCVs to chase. Okay, they've given up. But that's a lot of lost mining time. And you didn't even get the probe. Like, what was the point in that? Anyway, so, this proxy Rex, a little later than most other proxy Rexes. So, it's not gonna spit out Marines, especially when it's like, you know, just 1 Rex. If you build 2, maybe, but like just 1, no, it's not gonna get much done. But that you have the slight advantage of that your opponent probably doesn't think that there's a proxy Rax, because when they brought their probe over, there was a Rax at home, which, you know, that would immediately remove suspicion for a lot of players. Like, well, there's a Rax at home, and there's not going to be one on the other side of the map, but there is. However, you really need another one if you want something like this to work, I think. If this was maybe 2 Rax, I could see it maybe, but with just 1, you're not going to be able to pump out a sizable force at time. Even like 3 Rags even would be a good idea. But just 1, you're not going to pump out enough Marines for this to make a sizable difference. Like, the army supply is currently even. This wall off is complete. Like, your Marines aren't going to get much done here. And like, if the Protoss keeps up production, it's never going to do anything. So, I don't know. If you had more, sure, but you don't. So we got some probes, long distance mining here, but that will change once the expand is done. The side core already done and researching warp gate. That's good timing from the Protoss. Very, very impressed with Wyrm's timings, actually. Just as a whole. I'm a big fan of it. Meanwhile, in Terran land, a bunker made. I don't dislike the bunker. It doesn't cost you much, but like, if you wanted to low ground wall off, which is an option, of course, you could have, you know, done this a bit better, because, you know, you could have moved this supply depot like around here somewhere, and then, you know, had a couple more here. I don't dislike the bunker. I think getting the bunker early is fine, because it doesn't cost you too much, doesn't set you far behind that much, and it's a good early defense against something like, I don't know, some early zealot pressure or something. Anywho, an expand being placed, I don't like this either. Another barracks or 2 would have been a much better call than this second base this third base, sorry, at a very bizarre location. Why didn't you just put your third here? Or, you know, here, where it's meant to go? Putting it here doesn't really accomplish much. And further, you haven't put it as close to the minerals as you could have, I don't think. I don't think you have. I swear you could place it closer to the minerals. It doesn't look good to me. Like, no, that looks suspicious, you know? Yeah, not sure about that one, Chief. Anywho, the Protoss expand going down at the third base, sorry, going down at a much more natural location, and a Reaper being produced from this barracks. Which, again, I think the time for Reapers has passed. You know, that's like an early game scout unit. But at this point, there's not much to, you know, there's stuff to defend that. So harass that. Like, these are, you know, these Stalkers can give that thing a pasting. Anyway, what's coming down for the Protoss is 2 Forges and a Twilight Council. Now, if I had to guess, these 3 buildings coming down around the same time probably means 1-1 upgrades and charge with the Zealots. That's what I think. That would be quite a nice thing to see from Wyrm here. And also coming down is a Robo Bay. Okay, so I think Immortals might be their plan. They've already got an observer out. I would like to see their observer, you know, out here doing something, but I'm sure... Oh, okay, never mind. They already have one. They already have an observer doing something. They're having a good look around, and they're seeing everything from the Terran, which is, you know, not much. An NG Bay going down, but no tech structures going down for the Terran. Meanwhile, another barracks in production here. Far too late for that. I think the Terran is just getting thoroughly out-macroed. SCV production is behind. They are down 20 workers. And here comes a Reaper to have a look. And it's rather than going up the ledge to have a good look around, it's just going to walk into the wall and get scared away by these Stalkers. So very little value on this Reaper. It's going to heal up over time now, but like, you know. And they do in fact know that there is a third. So, you know, that's something, I guess. These Marines now in sight of these Stalkers. And, well, again, there's far much more Protoss than there is Terran, so these Marines will get very, very little done indeed. In fact, they got 1 Stalker, so, you know, that's pretty tragic. You can see the shadow of the Marine flying out, that's funny. This Marine also going in, but again, nothing of value going to be gained. The Protoss must be thinking, where did those Marines come from? Look, they can see the barracks. They know this is here. But they don't seem to be doing anything about it yet. Maybe they're scared there's more? Okay, why are there 25 workers on this expand? Please transfer some of your workers. And as I say that, you do it. Okay, brilliant. Thank you. Still one too many, but whatever. Meanwhile, this base with the long-distance mining, that can't be the right location. Now, thankfully, Terran buildings can fly, so you could fix it. You could make that right. But, you know, you haven't. Yep, as suspected, it's 1-1. It's 1-1 with charge, and we have Colossi being produced. A nice choice of comp. I don't dislike it. We have some cannons going down in the mineral line, presumably for any to try and catch any drops from the Terran. Although I do think if you're going to try and catch drops, a cannon maybe here and a cannon like here is probably a better call. And then like a Stalker to assist them as well. Because in a previous game Wyrm had against the Terran, a Widow Mine drop was able to get past the cannon. 2 will probably help, but if we get past the cannon that came around here and dropped a bunch of dropped 2 Widow Mines and it killed like 10 probes. So, you know, you got to watch out for that kind of thing. These Marines going to move out. In fact, they're going to move out just as the Protoss army does. So, you know, they're actually going to get some damage done because the Protoss army has already moved on to the Terran base. So, you know, they caught about 5 Stalkers, but you know, and now they're going to have to run home, however, as this Protoss army actually going to do significant damage here, and will probably take the expand with little to no resistance at all. Meanwhile, looks like that full information of what's going on is available to the Protoss because they've had observers on place, and they're warping in more units to assist with this push, and there's just so much more Protoss than there is Terran, because again, they've just thoroughly out-macroed their Terran opponent. Yeah, there's not really much to comment on, really. This base going to try and fly away. However, Stalkers can shoot up, and there was at least 1 Phoenix on the map. In fact, it still should be. So this flying building not going to do much for Sayoria, as it looks as though the main base is also flying away. Ugh. Well, we're in for the long haul, lads, because, you know, flying bases, you know, you got to kill them, and then you've got to work out that this is here. They should know about the racks, but it's surprising to me that they don't, because it's on their map. This base is found by the Phoenixes, which will eventually kill this. There's nowhere for it to hide. These guys will kill all the buildings at the main. This orbital command looks like it's going to burn down. Or the stalkers will see it. One of the two. Will it burn? Will it burn? It's burning. But will it burn? Combat shield in production. I don't think that's what you need right now, Sayoria. I'm sorry. I really don't think it's what you need at the moment. Will it burn? Will it burn? 100, exactly 100 HP now. And counting down. This base will fall as the entire Protoss army is sent to defeat this. But the game is not over. And so the Protoss realizes there must be more on the map. This is coming. Look, it's gonna go explode. Here we go. Oh, the Phoenixes find it. They put it out of its misery. And there will go all the parts of it flying up into the surface of the water. And now the Protoss realizes, well, where's everything else? Well, if they were looking at their mini-map, they would know that there is a barracks right here. And that might lead them to where they need to go. And so, these guys, scouring the map, not knowing that if they just looked at the map, they would be able to see where everything was. That's pretty sad, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. I'd like to... Okay, an expand being short for the Protoss. This is pretty logical. You've got too many workers, in terms of like saturation left on your 3 bases, so building another one to send them over is a good idea. These Marines gonna pump out and get a small amount of damage done, actually, since the Protoss army is caught a little unawares, but I imagine they'll be here shortly to clean this up. Where is the Protoss army at this point? It's over here. These Marines are actually going to get a little bit of damage done. Not if they run around like idiots, but they'll get something done. It's not enough, of course, to make up for the differences. Like, this game is definitely over. This game was over about 3 minutes ago, if I'm going to be completely honest. Maybe more like 2 minutes ago. But, you know, look at that. Look at the units lost have. It's so heavily in favor of the Protoss. It's kind of silly. So here come the Protoss to clean up the 3 racks, and presumably these Phoenixes have seen the fact that there is an expand. Yes, they have in fact seen that. Question or not is, will they find this command center? Where is that command center going? Well, we may never know. It looks as though there's basically 1 army supply to defend this. Where is that guy? Where is the 1 army supply? Oh, well, wherever they were. Oh, is that Marine there? Look, the one that's burning. He was the last one. There he goes. Melting into nothing. What a brutal way to go. Imagine being a Marine in the StarCraft universe. It'd be disastrous. Anywho, I think they're mostly criminals though, so, you know. Anyway, there goes this ninja base, and the only thing stopping the Protoss from winning the game now is this. I really don't like it when Terrans do this. Why is it always the Terrans? I'm sorry, this is just miserable, isn't it? It's going back to the main. It's going back home with less workers than you started with. The warp prison will see that, will catch that there are SCVs on the map. So if Wyrm was paying close enough attention to their minimap, they will know roughly where the base has gone, or where this bar building is. So they don't need to scour the entire map. This Phoenix is going to find it, right? Surely. They're going to fly into the main right now, and they're going to see the base any second now. Please. Please make it stop. Please just... Okay, thank you. The Phoenix finds everything, and with that, hopefully, the game will end very soon. Yeah, okay. The Terran's going to throw in the towel, and it's going to be a victory for Wyrm once again. GG. Ugh. I don't like seeing Terran flying buildings, man. It makes me sad.